Today's going to be fun. Today what we're doing is meters. So grab your journal, a pen, pencil, marker, whatever. Then what you need to get is the meter stick. Now, how you will know is the meter stick is because it will have cm right there. That means centimeters. And the cm will go all the way up to 100. Okay, so go grab this. You also need one of these rulers, okay? All right, today we get to do meters. So you've got this big long stick here, right? This is 1 meter. 1 meter. It says 100. 100 what? 100 centimeters. So let's write this in our journal. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. Okay, now, what would you measure with this? What would you measure with this? Am I going to measure my pen with this? I mean, I could, right? I could put it on there and measure it. But this is going to be used to measure big things, right? The door, or a chair, or a table, something big, right? Yeah. And do you remember how we measure? It's hard. It's kind of hard for me to show you on the video, but I'm going to do my best. Remember how we measure? I'm going to measure this door here, okay? So you start at the bottom. Start at the bottom. That's 1 meter. Oh, wow. This door is 2 meters long. So I would write down in my journal, the door equals 2 meters. Okay, can you go around the room and find 5 things to measure with this meter stick that you'd measure with meters? Pause me, do that and come back. Okay, did you do it? Okay, good. Now, get your ruler. Let's look at that. Okay, this is tiny. Can you see that right there? Can you find the mm and the cm? Millimeters, centimeters. Millimeters, centimeters, okay? So, on this ruler, how many centimeters are on this ruler? 30, right? A centimeter is what it's measuring right here. This is so hard to see. Hopefully you can see it. 1, 2, those are centimeters. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter. Okay, so these are the centimeters on here, the ones that are the numbers on here. Okay, so make sure that your ruler, you've got it on the side of right here, the mm and the cm. Remember, that's millimeter and centimeter. Okay, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4. Okay, what would we measure in centimeters? My example is this lunchbox. This is a good thing that you'd measure in centimeters. So I'm going to measure it across, okay? You put it right where you're going to start, and you go all the way across. Okay? And you try and get it as straight as you can. And then you look right here. This is just right about 10 centimeters. This lunchbox is 10 centimeters long. So in my journal, I would write lunch box equals 10 centimeters. Okay? Now I want you to take this around the room and go find 5 good things you would want to measure with this. Okay? Pause me and go do it and come back. All right, good job. Now grab your ruler again. Now remember how on the ruler it had, oh, this is inches. We're not doing inches today. We're doing centimeters, right? Okay. Remember, there's the mm and the cm. What was the mm? Do you remember? Millimeters, 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 right? Okay, so millimeters. The millimeters are these teeny tiny lines. This teeny tiny line from there to there is a millimeter. Count the lines between here and the 1. How many lines are there? 10. 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. Let's write that down. That's important. 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. Pause me if you need to get that written down. Okay, so what would we measure with millimeters? Would we measure this door? I mean, we could, right? You could. But I would rather measure in meters. That would be a lot easier. How about this piece of candy? Is that a good thing we could measure with millimeters? Sure. So we put it on here. Put it right at the 0. And we go like this. And then we look. And we say, this piece of candy is 9 centimeters. So how many millimeters is that? If there is 10 millimeters in a centimeter, and this candy is 9 centimeters, what's that gonna be? I'm going to get a new page to write this down. Okay, so this piece of candy, it equals 9 centimeters. How many millimeters is that? Well, there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter. And this is 9 whole ones. We're going to go 10 times by 9. 10 times by 9. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So it's going to be 90 millimeters, right? And we can just do the abbreviation M, millimeters. Okay, let's do one more thing, one little thing, because the millimeters, it's just you measure little things. I'm going to measure the blue part of this marker because we just want to measure little things. Okay, let's do the little teeny tiny blue part. How many millimeters is it? Oh, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6 millimeters long. So my marker point equals 6 millimeters. Okay? Can you go around and find some little teeny things to measure in millimeters? Okay, go find 5 things to measure, little teeny things. Okay, have fun. When you're done, remember, have someone check your work.